Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, this is Redberry Leo here, and welcome back to another Civil Air Patrol video. In today's video, we will be talking a little bit about mission, vision, and command intent, and how these are really critical to the long-term planning, like strategic planning of a unit over the course of several years. So let's start off with the mission of the organization. So you may or may not be familiar with what a mission statement is, and that's essentially what the organization is currently actively doing with its members. So if you think of encampment, the encampment is actively giving cadets the opportunity to explore aerospace, STEM, and cyber-related careers, showing them how to live a healthy lifestyle, be imbued with certain character values through like character development and different leadership courses that might be available during the encampment. And those different statements or those different sections are part of that mission statement that is established in the pamphlet that goes along with encampment. Civil Air Patrol also has like 3 main mission areas, and if you think of those, it's like cadet programs, aerospace education, emergency services, and Civil Air Patrol is actively serving all of those areas with specific goals in mind for each of those. So the vision of the organization is long-term, where do we want our people to be and what should they have like gotten out of our experience? So I had to learn a vision statement which was global ethical leaders now more than ever. And in that organization, they were teaching leadership values and they were providing leadership opportunities, similar to Civil Air Patrol. And so they want to have their members, when they first come in, leave and be like 10 years from now, global ethical leaders. And through the courses that are available, through the mission that they are accomplishing, they can eventually have that end product, that end result of what people will be taking away from the organization. The next question might be, how do we actually accomplish that vision, and how are we going to actively accomplish the mission? Like, what are we doing now, and what are we going to be doing in the future? And the strategic plan is something that is used to measure what you are doing along the way, which I will do a video on later. I'm not going to make it in this video because it might be a little bit longer then. I want to keep this one short and tight, straight to the point. So the strategic plan is just something to keep in mind as a long-term plan from like the current year to a future year, like maybe 4 or 5 years from now, maybe even longer, of the steps that the organization will take and those matrices or like the percentages of membership that will be accomplishing some kind of accomplishment. But the how are we going to do it is also discussed with the command intent, which is kind of a statement that would come from the command team about what our culture is going to be. How do we want people to conduct themselves? They might highlight the core values: integrity, respect, volunteer service, and excellence. And saying that not only are we going to follow those, but we will also be holding people to a standard and kind of specifying how excellence might be measured, or expectations for communications. Like, as a commander, I might hope that people respond to an email within 48 hours of it being sent. And if they don't respond to that email within that time frame, I might consider that to be unread, and I might send a follow-up email to them and saying, hey, just wanted to check in with you to see if you saw my message. And in addition to those areas, establishing and modeling the culture that you would like to see within the unit is really important. And by expanding beyond that previous mindset, you can break the cycle. And I highly recommend you break the cycle if you see something like this with your unit, and asking, why are we doing this? And there's that logical fallacy of appeal to tradition, where people are like, well, we've always done it this way, so we will always continue to do it this way because it's what we know. And challenging people to say, well, what are other ways that we could potentially do this? Or how else might we handle this kind of situation? By asking those kind of questions, we can further educate, train, and expand people's capabilities with their leadership toolboxes. If you do see things in your unit that you want to change and that you hope the new cadets will not take on, modeling positive behaviors is one of those first steps that a commander needs to take. And if you're not the commander, that's okay. You can model those behaviors still, because you can earn the respect of your people by establishing trust and respect, showing that people's individual input is important, and making them feel empowered can be very, very useful as a tool. So that summarizes command intent. And I just want to say that if you're not a commander, that's okay. Understanding what mission, vision, and command intent are helps you figure out what is the objective here. What are we trying to accomplish as a unit? Do we want to focus more on specific areas? Or are there areas within our unit that require additional attention in order to meet the standards? Or to go above and beyond standards and be a quality cadet unit? Whatever it may be, having a plan and knowing what your goals are, having a mission and a vision kind of helps establish those goals, and can be further developed into a strategic plan that will enable the organization to feel like it's progressing. So that is all I'm going to say for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and that is all, folks. Until next time, toodles.